Welcome to WSYK number 11, What Should You Know? I'm Ethan Block, and what should you know? What should you know? You're watching What Should You Know? Because let's be honest, what should you know? So someone comes up to you and they're like, hey, you know about Dmitry Medvedev? This is what you should say. Of course I know about Dmitry Medvedev. Are you serious? You're talking about the new president of Russia who was sworn in on a Wednesday. An ex-corporate lawyer at the age of 42 who has never held public office in his life. And now he's president of Russia. How exactly did that happen? Let's talk about it. He's a close friend and confidant of outgoing President Putin, and that is a big deal. And back in December, President Putin endorsed Dmitry Medvedev as his best successor for president. And in Russia, what Vladimir Putin says is pretty much law. Elections came in March, and Medvedev won 70% of the vote. Boom! There he is. That's why he's president. But what's his background? What are his credentials? What's Medvedev got going on in the history that could make him a good president? The largest piece or deal, per se, is that Dmitry Medvedev is being attributed as the first person in the whole of Russia to devise a legal way for the Russian government to hold a joint stake in a joint partnership. Let's just push that legal mumbo-jumbo over there for a second, and let's cipher that real quick. Basically, he devised a legal way for the Russian government to own pieces of Russian business. And it turns out Medvedev served as chairman of the board for Gazprom, Russia's largest state-owned corporation and the world's largest supply of natural gas, and it controls the world's third largest supply of oil and natural gas equivalent. Moving back to the whole presidential ordeal, Medvedev definitely has his work cut out for him, as President Putin hands him a Russia which is quite strong economically, but is facing rampant inflation, rampant corruption, a declining population, sickly industry and agriculture, and tensions with the West. But the largest question out of all of that is Dmitry Medvedev going to be his own man, his own person, or just a puppet for Putin, who has now been appointed Prime Minister of Russia? So Putin ain't going nowhere. Where you going, Putin? Effing nowhere. Boondock Saints quote, I love it. So that's what's up, that's what's good, that's what I know about Dmitry Medvedev. This has been another episode of WSYK, What Should You Know? I'm Ethan Block, and what should you know? What should you know? What should you know?